Hello everybody, TSG here, and in today's video we will be driving the Class 350 from London Euston Station to Milton Keynes. So let's get started. First we need to put the master key in, set the reverser to forward, plop the doors open, and turn on the safety systems. There is AWS and TPWs. And let's not turn on vigilance for today. I don't need it in my opinion. Today we are driving the Class 350 built by Siemens, a German company. 87 of these electric multiple units were constructed between 2004 and 2014. They have an operating speed of 110 miles per hour. Today we are driving in a 4+4 configuration, as we are attached to another 350 on the London Euston to Birmingham New Street service. Let's turn on our headlights, because I forgot to do that. That's not... There we go. Now our headlights are on. Doors are unlocked. All we have to do is wait. While we wait, we'll get a beautiful shot of London Euston Station. Yes, very nice station indeed. Class 350s and Class 390 Pendolinos in here. Very busy today, as you can see. Let's get going, because we're about to be late. Close the doors. Oh, wrong button. Let's go. Speed limit leaving London Euston Station is 25 miles per hour, so let's get up to 25 miles per hour. As we are driving on the West Coast Mainline, I will now proceed to tell you things about the West Coast Mainline. The West Coast Mainline was constructed in the 1880s between London and Glasgow, which is Scotland's biggest city, I think. The line stretches over 400 miles, but we will only be driving on about 51 miles of that. The West Coast Mainline received its electrification in the 1950s, allowing speeds of up to 110 miles per hour and future 125 miles per hour operations. The Class 350, which we are driving, was built to replace diesel commuter services, I believe, on the West Coast Mainline. It replaced Class 170s, 319s and Class 321s. I am overspeeding a little bit. I did not expect that. Whoops. The stops on today's route is Watford Junction, Leighton Buzzard, Bletchley and Milton Keynes. There is more commuter style services you can perform with this train on this route, that stop at many more stations. But we are running a more faster intercity high-speed express-like service between London Euston and Milton Keynes. Lights on through the tunnels. There's a 390. Class 390s were originally constructed as 9-car variants as a high-speed tilting train. And later, 10-car and 11-car variants were constructed as there was need for higher capacity. Let's speed up to 80 miles an hour now. And we have 13 miles to Watford Junction. Watford Junction is also a terminus station for Southern and London Overground services. Southern services that terminate at Watford Junction are usually from East Croydon, and Overground services coming from London Euston, which is where we're coming from. Along the route you will also notice that there is 72 stock London Underground trains as they run next to the West Coast Mainline. And you will also notice Class 66 diesel freight locomotives operating their regular freight services along one of Britain's busiest train lines. Speed limit has increased now to 90 miles per hour, so let's get our speed up a little bit. And as I said, this train has an operating speed of 110 miles per hour, which we should soon be able to reach. There's a 110 mile an hour speed limit, so let's speed up. And we have another 11 miles to Watford Junction. 10 miles to Watford Junction. This is probably the widest part of the West Coast Mainline in the southern section, I believe. I think it's six, maybe 8 tracks wide at this point. The 2 tracks go off to what appears to me to be a depot, or train depot of some sort. Anyway, we gotta speed up to 110. There's a 72 stock as we were entering, I believe this is Wembley Central Station. This is where, on the left, London Underground and London Overground trains run. We've reached our operating speed of 110 miles per hour, so I will proceed to do a flyby shot. We are now 7 miles from Watford Junction. And are cruising at our maximum speed on this train. Stock to our left. A lot of London Underground services you'll be able to notice along this route until Watford Junction, which is where the third rail ends and we leave the London metropolitan area. See that the dynamic weather has decided to give us a little bit of fog. That's high. Anyway, we are about 1.8 miles, or 1.5 miles, let's say, from Watford Junction, and going 110 miles per hour. So I'd say I should let off from the throttle. Start applying some brakes. terminus for Southern Overground services. Let's pull in and search for the 8-car stop marker. 3 to 5 car stop marker. As the 6 to 8 car stop marker. I think this will be a perfect stop. Pull in and stop. Perfect stop. Perfect stop at the stop car marker. Watford Junction, probably one of my favourite stations. Very nice station. Probably my favourite station on this route. The Class 350 also is powered by AC and DC power, 25 kV AC overhead, and 750V DC power. And this yellow switch here is for raising the pantograph or lowering the shoes, so the train can use third rail or overhead power lines, which makes it a very popular train because of its wide range of abilities. Anyway, we are soon to depart, and the skies are getting foggier and darker. Right, let's close the doors then. And let's set off. Next stop is in 21 miles, and it is Leighton Buzzard. Watford Junction is sort of the last stop, in my opinion, in the London metropolitan area, I believe. Watford Junction is basically entrance/exit of London for trains. Anyway, let's get back up to 110 miles per hour. Have any suggestions for future videos, please comment them down below. I would love to hear feedback and video ideas if you guys want me to make any. There's a Class 66 freight locomotive. Now we have a small gradient going uphill, and we are cruising comfortably at 110 miles per hour with 15 miles to go to Leighton Buzzard. Still says 16. Okay, now we have 15. AWS. There's Hemel Hempstead, I believe that was Hemel Hempstead Station. There's another 350. We're catching up with that. Another 13 miles to Leighton Buzzard. Bit of a long stretch, this. Speed limit's going to lower to 100 because I saw the sign earlier. What doesn't help keeping to the speed limit is that the Class 350 doesn't have a speed set like the Class 390, which is ironically passing by us right now. Class 390 has a speed set, so you get up to speed, click the button, it keeps your speed. Class 350 don't have that. You need to be constantly aware of the changing speed limits, changing gradients, and change your throttle very often, especially on commuter services. As the speed limit's been raised to 110 miles an hour, the train slowly accelerates up to that speed due to the 0.3 degree gradient. And we have about 10 miles to go to Leighton Buzzard. order to humble this awfully long silence, for those who want it, here's a flyby shot. Wasn't that a nice flyby? Anyway, we are 3.5 miles from Leighton Buzzard, but we have to slow down due to a track change that we need to perform. There we go. Now we have switched tracks and we can proceed to get back up to 100 miles per hour. We are now a mile from Leighton, well, a mile point one from Leighton Buzzard and going 95 miles per hour. So let's start slowing down for the station. This train has a very smooth yet effective braking performance and braking range. Now let's look for the 8-car stop marker. There's no stop marker, but we're going to overrun the station a little bit. Whoops. Anyway, we've stopped at the station, now we can see how bad we did. Oh, that's not that bad of an overrun, I've seen worse.
This station or on trains. This includes e-cigarettes.
Here's the first class passenger section. Looks pretty nice compared to the standard section. There's the toilet. But we need to go to the driver's cab. And wait 3 minutes, no, 2 minutes for departure. So now I will proceed to make a cut. 3, 2, 1, and we are back on the move again as I close our doors and we prepare to set off. Throttle up And we depart. Next stop, Bletchley, in 6 miles. Let's get up to the speed of 19 miles an hour and proceed to fly past the British countryside to Milton Keynes. Enter a tunnel, and I've turned off my HUD. What button is it to turn that back on again? It's F1 to hide the HUD. Speed limit has increased to 100 miles per hour, and 390 goes past us. An hour, and there's the sign warning us that we need to slow down back to 90 miles an hour. Bletchley, and we are cruising at 90 miles an hour. Now there's a sign warning us to slow down to 75 miles per hour. And we are 0.6 miles away from Bletchley, so let's start putting on some heavy brakes. As we glide smoothly into Bletchley. search for the 4 to 8 car stop marker, or just 8 car stop marker. It's there. And I'd call that a perfect stop. Let's take a look.
If you see anything suspicious, please tell
I'd say
members
that's
of
pretty
staff
good.
or the police.
Yeah. And now that we have a minute to wait, I will proceed to make a cut. And we are back, almost ready for departure, as another Class 350 pulls in. We have another 5 seconds until we leave the station. And let's lock the doors. And we can see the fog has started to clear up. And it is becoming a sunny day. We have 3.1 miles now to Milton Keynes Central Station. So let's get up to our speed limit, which is going to go up to 90 miles an hour now. Speed limit will now be raised to 100 miles per hour. And we are only doing 70, and we have 2.5 miles to Milton Keynes. So I don't believe that we will be able to get to that 100 miles per hour. But it's possible. Silence the AWS, and we are 1.5 miles away from Milton Keynes Central. So let's begin to slow down. I don't appear to know why, but the emergency brakes have been applied. Have we lost power? On that terrible disappointment, thank you for watching. Never mind, I guess the bug seems to have fixed itself. That appeared to have been a massive bug. That should not have happened. And it should have fixed itself way earlier if I didn't press the AWS fast enough. So that was clearly a massive bug. But anyway, we now pull into Milton Keynes Central Station. And we open the doors. Thank you everybody for watching, and please make sure to like and subscribe, because it would help me grow.